Well, headlines tonight, Anambra Deputy Governor Ibezim urges workers to increase productivity. Anambra Health Commissioner tasks hospital management on efficient service delivery. Strikes in universities continues as unions fail to reach agreement with federal government. On the foreign scene tonight, former Somalia President Mohammed re-elected head of state. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwu Ibezim has called on civil servants to be more productive and committed to their duty to meet up with the demands of Professor Chukwuma Soludo-led administration. Deputy Governor Ibezim made a call at Government House, Awka, during a meeting with the head of departments and staff under his office. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports.
Dr. Ibezim, who regretted laxity and nonchalant attitude among the present-day civil servants, urged workers under his office to change their attitude towards their service to the public, reminding them that his office and the present administration will not tolerate any act that could hinder the actualization of the Professor Soludo's vision for the state. He reassured the commitment of the Soludo government towards restoring sanity and adequate security in the state and asked all the state's residents to partner with the government in achieving the feat. The Deputy Governor further implored parents and landlords in Anambra State to always monitor their children and tenants' profiles and take action when necessary. Speaking, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Deputy Governor, Lady Feyinwa Ozoka, promised on behalf of staff under the office to work assiduously to ensure the speedy actualization of the present administration's plans for the state. In a remark, as staff at the Deputy Governor's office, Mr. Francis Okoye-Otibwa called on the government to, among other things, work towards the improvement of the state civil servants' welfare, pointing out that the workers can no longer take care of their families with their salaries as prices of commodities in the market and cost of transportation increase by the day. From Government House in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The Commissioner for Health in Anambra State, Dr. Afam Obidike, has charged management and staff of general hospitals across the state to be responsive in their services. Dr. Obidike gave the charge when he visited Enugu, Kunimo and Nri General Hospitals, both in Njikoka and Anocha local government areas. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the report.
At Enugu General Hospital, Dr. Obidike urged the staff and management of the hospital to be responsive in service delivery and keen to the health vision of Governor Chukwuma Soludo, as according to him, the governor is so passionate about the health needs of Anambra. The health commissioner, who expressed dissatisfaction with what he saw at the Nimo General Hospital, regretted that the facilities in the hospital are being underutilized, even as the staff of the hospital were nowhere to be found. Dr. Obidike, however, praised the management and staff of Nri General Hospital for being dedicated to duty, which he said is in line with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's policy of ensuring that Anambra get value for their money at all times.
My promise is that in line with the governor's agenda, whom asked us to ensure that General Hospital are functioning and who has asked us to come here today to know what's happening. By next week, this hospital will be reactivated and will be functional. That's the promise.
The Principal Health Education Officer, Anambra State Ministry of Health, Mrs. Wamaka Rinze, urged health workers in the state to show more dedication to their job in order to ensure that the Anambra receive quality and affordable health services.
They need to understand that they have to own this job because this job is placing food on their table. They ought to be proud of it. There should be a dignity in labor. They should own this job, show that this is the job that is paying my bills, and they have to come to work on time.
Responding, Dr. Uchenna Okeke from Enugu General Hospital, who thanked the commissioner for the visit, reassured of enhanced service delivery.
I've always advised my colleagues, even my boss, Dr. Chubu, come to work if you have any reason and take permission later in the day. But I know there's a circular prohibiting burial or condolences on weekdays. It's a one-off thing, and I'm promising that it's not next he comes by 8, he will see all about it.
From Nri, in an Onitsha local government area, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Old Boys Alumni Association of Community Secondary School Okozo has flagged off renovation works on dilapidated school buildings in their alma mater. The flag off is solely sponsored by the 1991 to 1997 set of the School Old Boys Association, also known as Unity Group in Okozo. Chidema Ekanyong reports.
The school, situated at the outskirts of the community, has lots of dilapidated classroom blocks where students have been studying, which were very unconducive for them. For this reason, the Old Boys Association of the school decided, as a way of giving back to the society, to renovate major classroom blocks in the school. The renovation included re-roofing of 5 classroom blocks, replacement of windows, doors, blackboards with white marker boards, as well as tiling, among others. On why they decided to take up the challenge, the chairman of the association, Mr. Ikechukwu Chidume, explained that the condition of the school is now an eyesore, hence the need to take the bold step so that other sets of alumni will follow suit. Mr. Chidume used the opportunity to call on other well-meaning Ndo Okozo to join hands with them in making the school come alive.
What accompanied this initiative, because we are a product of this school, so we see how the damage of the school, so we decided to come to the rescue of the school. That's why we organized ourselves to start this building. Yeah, one after the other. After the zinking, then we go on with the plastering, the painting, every other thing goes. And we're also planning to fence the school.
Extolling the work done by the old boys of the school, the traditional ruler of Okozo, Igwe Charles Anikweze, noted that such gesture is worthy of emulation, calling on youth of the community to take up teaching jobs in order to reduce scarcity of teachers, while they await posting of teachers by the government.
I'm very pleased with that set of ex-students of this school. They are models as far as I'm concerned. And the initiative they have demonstrated is very worthy of emulation. I recommend such to other sets of graduates of this institution.
Also, one of the teachers present during the flag off, Mrs. Yukeri Anwora, thanked the Old Boys alumni for remembering the school.
I'm very, very happy, very grateful to God, and I ask God to bless them, reward them for their goodness, for their kindness, because we are going to benefit, our children and the parents are going to benefit, everybody. So what they are doing is very good.
Others present were the Chief Media Advisor to Igwe Anikweze, Chief Wendell Oduche, Chairman, School-Based Management Committee, Okozo, Dr. Ejiko Gebunam, some members of the 1991 to 1997 set of the Old Boys Association, among others. From Okozo, Chidema Ekanyong, reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State Chapter of Radio, Television and Theatre Art Workers Union, RATAO, has elected new executive members that will run the affairs of the union for the next 3 years. The event, which held at Stella Okoye Madam Salo Complex of the ABS Film Academy, Oka, saw Mrs. Maureen Stone, Enujoke, staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service, emerge as the new chairman of the state chapter. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
Other members of the executive are Vice Chairman Chuks Onwebuna, Secretary Juliet Ojima, Assistant Secretary Priska Nwankwo, and Publicity Secretary Mr. Daniel Ekwueme. Ben Collins is the Treasurer, Chinazoma Nwudinjo, Auditor, and Mrs. Tina Ekenta, the State Women Leader of the chapter. In his speech, the Vice President of RATAO Southeast Zone, Prince Emeka Kalu, called on the new elected executive members to see their position as a call to serve and administer the affairs of the workers in the media and culture sector in Anambra State, while interfacing with the government at the state level and management of their establishment under the union. Prince Kalu encouraged them to be productive and not to optimize others with their position, taxing them to give voice to the voiceless and make workers' welfare their utmost priority.
I commend you and ask you to put your hands together for being wonderful people that have been considered worthy of take these positions. Whether you have a position or not, you can still be who you want to be and do what you want to do for the union, for the love of Ratau.
In his welcome address, the chairman of Ratau ABS chapter, Prince Ebele Ugonna, assured the maximum support and harmonious relationship of the chapter to the team elected in the state to achieve the common goal of the union. The immediate past chairman of the union, Mr. Andy Onwalo, thanked Ratau Anambra State chapter for the support given to him during his tenure, while promising to support the new administration.
I think I enjoyed a very good support. Or rather, my team enjoyed a very good support from all the chapters, old and newly inaugurated. I wish to continue to thank you all for your love and support, for your prayers, because without you, we wouldn't have gone far.
In her acceptance speech, the new elected chairman of Ratau, Anambra State, Mrs. Maurice Stone Enujoke, thanked the chapter for giving the new executive the opportunity to serve, while promising to work in accordance with the constitution of the union in order to make Ratau shine.
I'm so honored, I'm so elated, and I'm privileged to be here to be given a very big assignment. I want to do a promise. And I'm equally here speaking the minds of my team, because we're going to be formidable. We're going to work with this. Know whatever thing that it is in here. Know that we're going to keep to the tenets of this constitution. Just watch out for a new Ratau Anambra State.
The new executive, through the oath of allegiance administered by Ratau Zonal Organizing Secretary, Comrade Joseph Ede.
Still ahead in the news tonight, strikes in universities continues as unions fail to reach agreement with federal government. And the foreign scene, former Somalia President Mahmoud, re-elected head of state. The Anambra cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. The news returns in a moment. Please stay with us.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
Glad to have you back for the rest of the news. Moving on to our national stories now. The Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have said the federal government did not reach a strong agreement with them that can lead to calling off the industrial actions. All the university unions in the country are presently on strike. Also started its strike on February 14, 2022, and JAC commenced its own on April 14, 2022. The unions embarked on industrial actions while demanding improved welfare packages, better working conditions, and implementation of various labor agreements signed with the federal government between 2009 and 2020. The national leaders of ASU and JAC of SANU and NASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke and Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim, respectively told journalists that the federal government and all stakeholders in the education sector and religious leaders had a meeting with the four unions, but no strong agreements were reached. The National Pension Commission has urged all retirement savings account holders to visit any branch of their pension fund administrators to participate in the ongoing data recapture exercise. PENCOM said in a statement that the exercise was for both active contributors and retirees whose data had not been recaptured. PENCOM directed all active contributors to visit their PFAs and provide specific documents to complete the data recapture. PENCOM said the agents were authorized to establish data recapture centers, while RSA holders would be allowed to have their data recaptured at such centers by the agents if they were unable to visit the offices of their PFAs, adding that it is consistent with the need to have a credible database of all RSA holders in Nigeria. Moving on to our foreign desk, former Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has been re-elected as the head of state of the East African country. The 66-year-old politician prevailed against 35 candidates in the election for the country's highest office, including the incumbent president Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo, who had replaced Mohamud in power in February 2017. Parliamentary and presidential elections were long overdue in Somalia, where Farmajo's term expired in February 2021, but elections earlier this year were postponed due to a political impasse over electoral regulations. Amid fierce criticism, Farmajo extended his term in office as a result, causing tensions and clashes between supporters of different political factions. Somalia has been plagued with violence at the hands of Islamist terrorist group Al-Shabaab for years. The president is elected in an indirect vote by the 275 members of parliament and 54 representatives of the Senate. And on sports news, 6 months after his initial appointment of Super Eagles manager in place of the sacked Gani Rohr, the Nigerian Football Federation has announced Jose Peseiro as the senior national team head coach. Peseiro was first announced as Super Eagles head coach in December 2021, but the decision was reversed following the sports ministry intervention. The ministry reportedly did not agree with the NFF decision as it did not follow standard recruitment procedures. The ministry directed the NFF to open the window for more coaches to be auditioned for the position. The federation announced the appointment, saying it is with immediate effect subject to the signing of agreed terms between the NFF and Mr. Peseiro. And that's it on news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page on ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Anambra Deputy Governor Ibezim has urged workers to increase productivity. Anambra Health Commissioner has tasked hospital management on efficient service delivery. Strikes in universities are continuing as unions fail to reach agreements with federal government. Now on the foreign scene, we're brought to you that former Somalia President Mohamud has been re-elected head of state. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the Sizewell package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Ebere. Good and enjoy the rest of your evening.